Okay, so now my second step, I got to put these second section of the hinge knuckles on the door frame now. And because I was paying attention, I know that on this particular door, it gets the two knuckles. Okay? I know that. Now these hinges are probably interchangeable, so if they come from the store with the hinge pin on the top, lots of times you can put it top or bottom, but other times your hinges might have a little thing in the bottom of it that no matter what you do, you can't put it any different direction. Okay, without a lot of hassle. I've taken that little thing off before and flipped it around and that kind of stuff, but you shouldn't have to do that if you're paying attention. Okay. The pre-drilled hole is in the exact center of every single little hole, so I'm good to go. Don't have to. I could have put the top screw in first, the bottom screw in first, the middle one in first. That one didn't really matter. Okay, and you know, sometimes it matters. So you just have to pay attention. These are all lined up fine too. Every once in a while, you'll find that a screw hole is not lined up, and then you have to make a decision. Okay, which screw do I put in first? Now see, that one is spinning. That top screw is spinning, and see there. And if I had to replace that, I would have to pre-drill a hole, put it in at an angle, because I couldn't just put a longer screw in there and go straight, because the sheetrock is a ½ inch thick. That screw is right in line with the sheetrock edge over there. I'd have to put it in at an angle, but the other two screws are fitting tight. And if that was the top hinge, I would be more inclined to want to think about putting another screw in there and sticking it in at an angle and pre-drilling it and getting longer screws and all that kind of stuff. Because if a door is ever going to sag, which hinge is more likely to sag than any of the other ones? Yes, the top one, right? The top one. Now this time, I'm gonna check these with my screwdriver. Yeah, see, those two are spinning. That one's tight. Those two are slightly spinning, but because it's at the bottom, you know, nothing's ever going to happen to this door. I think it's going to be fine. I'm leaving it. I'm not gonna mess with it. Now, if I wanted to, I could do just the middle screw and then get a longer one and drill it, pre-drill it straight into the 2x4 in the back, because the middle screw is sticking out further than the top two screws. Okay, the top two screws are lined up with the sheetrock. I could do it on the middle one if I ever had to do anything to this door. And if something was getting funky down at the bottom, I could put a longer screw right there in that middle one. But I'm not going to, because like I said, the thing is pretty sturdy anyways, and it's a hollow core door. It's only a 6'8" tall door. It's not an 8-foot tall door, and it's at the bottom, and so all the weight is transferred to the center and the bottom one from the door. You see what I mean? And so I don't think this door is ever going to sag, especially down at the bottom. If anything, if I ever had to adjust it, if there was more gap down there at the bottom, if I had to adjust that and put screws on the back side of that hinge and tweak it out, then yes, of course I would have to get other screws, longer screws to tighten up and do all that kind of stuff. You know, just if you watch my my videos, I got a ton of videos that are not in this episode series of the condo renovation. If you want to watch those different ones on a different house where I fix all kinds of doors, sagging doors and all that kind of stuff, go to my main channel page, click on playlists, and then go down to doors. You know, scroll down to doors. Any door video that I've ever done on this channel, that I posted this channel, I then put on a playlist under those doors. If you want to watch those, have at it. Okay, so now I'm ready to pop this door into place. See, it doesn't take very long to do this. You can do this kind of stuff. If you're going to paint, and you're going to paint your own doors, and you're going to change out. Even if you're not changing to new hinges, you can take the old hinges off. You can replace the old hinges like for like, just like I'm doing. Okay? And reinstall your existing hinges. You don't even have to install new ones. We're just installing new ones because she didn't like the brass in here. She likes the nickel finish, and to be honest, because we changed the paint, this is called Double Click from Home Depot. It's kind of a gray color. I like it. And then I repainted the ceilings white. They weren't white before. And now putting the nickel finished hardware on there, it just adds something to here, and it's a good look. But if you got the brass, and if your brass handles are fine and your hinges look pretty good, hey, put your old ones back on. You know, it's fine. Nobody's going to know the difference except you. If you're trying to save money, that's a great way to save money, is to reuse your existing hardware, your existing door strikes, your door stops, your door bumpers, your hinges, your handles, your doorknobs, all of that kind of stuff, okay? All right, let's get this door popped on the hinges. I've got 3 hinge pins looking for a home.